Don't have any action items listed from last meeting. Pat didn't submit anything.
Well, it just came to my attention. I should have, I guess. We're actively doing interviews. We just finished up the last one about just before I came over. So we've got those complete. We'll have a list of what we're going to do, propose to do here in this couple of days. We're just going to go back and maybe re-interview a couple and go from there. So had a lot of good interest in it. So,
How many y'all interviewed?
we interviewed 6. Had 9. We had a couple that come in late. It had already closed, went on the website. They sent those. So we've already responded back with them letters just basically stating, and I'm not going to throw those applications away, obviously, because, you don't want to discount anybody on that. So
Big interest in it, isn't it?
fair amount, yeah. Fair amount of it, yeah. So
Good.
that's what you hope for.
Yeah.
All right. Got anything else, Pat?
No, sir, I do not. Thank you.
Peterson?
Yes, sir. It is time to renew our contract with our collections group, Credit Clearinghouse of America. Terms have not changed. This is a 2-year contract. Jimmy has already seen it, approved it. Just want to see it on the next.
So no terms have changed?
No terms have changed. Just it's from September 1 of this year to September 1 or August 30th of 20.
They pull their fees out of the collections.
Yeah.
So it's not a payment, a claims that would ever go through court. It's just net money.
So the amount they're charging or the thing that they're.
Yeah, and it's competitive. I mean, it's normal collection agencies like that, especially for medical claims.
What did you say the dates were on this?
We need to renew it September 1 of 26, and it'll be valid through August 31 of 2028.
August 30th.
Yes, sir.
Anyone have any questions concerning this contract? Pretty cut and dry. Yeah, anything else, Mark? Talk about how's the ambulances, the new ambulances?
It's back. It is getting inspected next week, and it will be on the road.
Donations account, good point. Where are we at with that?
Jenny worked the resolution up. I was really going to talk about it at finance, so I don't care to do that next week.
911, anything pop up between?
I don't have anything with court, but we are still working through the battery backup solution that failed on us this week. Multiple engineers on that, they're figuring out what we need, and lengthy lead time currently, and it's all about a few months maybe to get that solution in here. So with some other items that we're going to put in play, make sure that center stays up. Some battery backups, you're familiar with those. So we got to get some additional ones in the facility to keep servers up and running in case we have an outage. So a little more extra expense versus just buying the entire device for months. So we have an outage. We had an outage yesterday. So as soon as I get a quote on that, we'll push that through committee. Motorola of all these state contracts, so shouldn't be any big deal.
Right.
80,000, I think, is what it cost us in 2015 to put one in. So you just figure how much that will probably look like.
And none of it's going to
The
be.
insurance is going to cover more. pretty certain the insurance is gonna cover it. With everything, all the work that's been done, it's,
Not the total replacement, right? I mean, they'll
Well,
probably pay for what it was worth.
the push is gonna be for total replacement because it was working, because it's actually gonna kick back, from a power issue. And, it was a working piece of equipment. So we've been lucky on some of that.
The state's send the engineer down, let's go engineer, so you can look at it. You can find
Was
some
the UPS?
issues with the input side of it. So, right.
Was it the UPS?
But for
Power
bills.
source.
Yeah.
I was curious if there.
Well, it was actually low power and
It's 15 years they get used to replace them. We're at 11. So, I mean, it's anyway. We have some alarms from some other devices that track voltage. You do get some high voltage frequency alerts from a separate device, not connected to it. At the time, it was melting, basically. It did pretty much 2 boards in it caught fire.
the engineer was actually brought in to verify that there wasn't nothing wrong with the piece of equipment. It was because of low voltage that came in, kind of a brownout situation that ruined the piece of equipment.
We're working through all those details and get it all buttoned up. Maybe a little insurance on it. And
There's
that's
actual flame.
they're just full. It's electronic, so you just
I mean, though, was there fire?
I don't think anybody saw fire. Fire department come check it out. They're smoking the equipment.
I think fire. I think insurance.
No, the fire department was called and they came out, and that area where it's sitting at had smoke. The device power was killed to it, so it wouldn't continue to. But we're able to reroute everything. Everything was back online, and the service is really interrupted. So, as y'all noticed, you came to the parking lot that day. We were out in the parking lot working the trailer, so it's.
I did a great job of reacting to some of the issues with the service. So.
And we had the ability to reroute 911 calls to neighboring counties, and they took calls for admin calls around at the city police, send dispatchers wherever we need. We even have a CAD system that's cloud-based. We're able to phone calls. Just need internet, so well. See what the quote looks like and see what what it's going to cost. I'm picturing double.
Just out of curiosity, if there is a situation where we don't have power, batteries aren't working, kind of like what happened, whatever it may be, and let's say there's a tornado and it took power lines or something down, potentially it was internet, how would it function?
So we're, with my current engineers, we're looking at a secondary site. Meade County has a secondary site. It's actually at the elementary school module. There's plenty of space there that we can rent, reasonable. We have redundant controllers that take the phone calls. We can move equipment over there in the backup center in case we have to vacate the building. That's what we're looking at too. We have some other place to go. Currently, the county doesn't really have any property to park equipment in, so team up with Meade County and see what we can accomplish up there.
We still have it down one side of the back of the jail. They paid it.
Yeah.
We just store uniforms in there.
I didn't know you were occupying that building.
Probably. Like if you're on no land now, wouldn't you want to try to find a different? Okay. Yeah, just in case, because if Nolan has a big wire, I don't know who we're at.
Muldrow's KU.
Yeah. So, yeah, it might be a good idea.
In essence, though, we'll still have backup generators and backup batteries that that site up. We have generators here that are on the site. I think we ran a generator one time for almost 2 months, just trying to get a system that failed us repaired. So, yeah.
But even on not a power issue, maybe a issue, cloud-based.
We have redundant internet connections. Brandenburg and Street.
Well, I didn't know like offside or somewhere else.
It'd be the same thing. There's redundant. We'll have Brandenburg up there. It comes in 2 different places. We'll have connections there. I think up in there, even if they're having a third here, we may want to try to start.
So I'm thinking
satellite.
satellite.
Yeah. We're looking at that too. So Windstream fails, Brandenburg fails, we sell it. So, or we do have hotspots on all the cell phones.
Towers.
Yeah. It could be a what if on all the scenarios. It costs money. It costs money.
You know, in all seriousness, you might want to check with our insurance coverage on that. We have, could be an EDP endorsement on the policy. So we need to check
On the,
that on the county's policy, insurance policy.
for the city, for the equipment down there, yeah, the claim's already been filed and they've been in here from the day one and started it.
Well, that's what I asked a while ago. So
Oh, that's,
okay.
yeah,
He's saying it's right.
yeah, that's,
They may
yeah.
Okay, okay. I
That's,
understand.
yeah.
Yeah, the insurance company sent an engineer from
Okay.
Nashville
Got you.
to just make sure how it happened. It wasn't, it was battery side causing the outage, the failure in the equipment.
Okay,
It would have been, so I think the utility is what we kind of figured, what we looked at, and the engineer confirmed. Utility was the missing link there that, ended up generating. So. Well, hopefully next month we'll have everything together and get that started.
Sounds good. Anybody else have anything for 911? All right, the sheriff didn't submit anything. Next thing on the list, emergency management.
Well, everybody knows about the issue last night. I think it's solved, but I think actually 911 can probably explain a little bit better. But the big thing is we've got everything worked out.
I think we put out a, has everybody seen that? Kenny, did you see it?
saw a lot of concerns and comments about it, and this was created before that, so just wanted to kind of maybe talk about it.
Is there anything on the news release that's not clear, I guess, or that you want further explanation?
Again, this was put on before, and so.
Oh,
I think-
okay, on the agenda.
Yeah,
Okay,
correct.
gotcha.
And so, yeah, I think that clears up a lot of it. I mean, I do also want to throw out there, technology can't always be 100% correct too, right? So, personally, from my perspective, you don't want to fault the deputy or someone who's actually being precautious and trying to potentially save someone's life. I can understand there's probably concerns from citizens or elderly people or somebody that maybe had to do a little extra work to be safe. But simultaneously, from my perspective, better safe than sorry is one thing.
So I think a lot of people comments are saying better safe than sorry. That's kind of what dispatchers were doing when this information came into them. It's like they're not getting alerts, and that's why the service was like, I'm getting something saying that something didn't look right. So should we or should we not alert? So someone's been there almost 20 years. Yeah, let's alert public. That's kind of how it happened.
EV station. Meteorologists, like,
Yeah.
trying to going back to Hardin County. And after seeing some of those roll clouds that some of the folks took pictures of, I'd be scared too if I saw them,
And Co3's got some good images on there too. So, yeah, that's wild.
Really, that's the way it worked. I thought I did clarify our protocol. So going forward, what it really was, I just don't know if it's well understood, that we put out tornado. We do the sirens whenever the National Weather Service tells us that there's a tornado. That's what is supposed to happen, and it will in the future. It's now very clear. But by saying that, I don't fault what happened. They were just trying to do the right thing, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully that's what happened.
Well, and also we've already reached out to the National Weather Service about doing some storm spotter training classes, help people understand what they're looking at. On a lot of things they've jumped in. If we need 100 classes, that however many people we've got that want to do it, they will be more than happy to kind of understand, procedure for setting up. Had several industries that was highly upset because they completely stopped production and pulled the people out. And
So bottom line though, I mean, I think more spotters that know what they're been trained they know to call National Weather Service. That's what we're supposed to do. Not. So
And in our case, my understanding, who called? Oh, no, deputies.
the deputies call.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
I think it's funny getting scolded by a weatherman, whether he's right or wrong and stuff, he still gets paid.
On the job, you be wrong 50% of the
Get paid
time.
for a bad
You
guess.
know, I
Yeah.
mean, just saying, I mean, so,
Sometimes they call.
yeah.
Exactly.
How many times did they say it's not rain clouds? I mean,
Well, you
we've
never,
had-
and you never make everybody happy.
The only thing I think is be accurate is be really hot Saturday. That's one thing.
We've had recent events where it was tornado and no warning, no sign. We've had that recently, and I'd rather it be this way than the other way.
Well, and
But I understand the manufacturing plants, but there was also some people said that on their weather screens, they saw a hook. So, you know, whether it did come down or not. So it happened so fast. Yeah.
That's why everybody that's listening should
Yeah.
sign up for rate.
Right.
Just in
Right.
case. Yes.
Well, and that's the great thing about it though, also, you know, it's an automatic. It's if whether the National Weather Service, whether they issue a thunderstorm, tornado, whatever, it's automatic through them. 911 doesn't have to do anything.
I think the thing to take away from it is if the system worked, that's one thing. And we had a candle factory in the western part of the state we assisted on. And there were several occupants in there that had no warning. And if you were witness to some of those decedents and some of those injuries, I know you use the term cry wolf and everything, but I think the thing to take out, maybe there is a procedure that needs to be perfected, but I don't think you pause anybody for safety. And the second thing is, like I said, if all of the systems went off and people heard it, then it did work. So that's all.
'Cause, you know, no matter what,
That's a good
yeah,
point.
there's always going to be issues.
It's like I said, those folks down in that candle factory were still at their workstations.
This isn't on the agenda, but are we anywhere with the CPI for volunteer department? Anybody working? Get anywhere on that?
I had sent some things to Jenny and I've not heard back.
The only other thing that I have on the agenda is the jail wrap system.
He was standing up to speak.
He
We can hear him. And obviously see him too.
Good enough to go over around, but hey guys, it's just a change of policy procedure in the prisoner restraints part of the policy and procedures for the jail. You have to, you know, every January you have to go ahead and approve it or whatever. But when you look at it, stuff all it is a soft restraint system like we use in the hospital and different areas. No. That's the no.
I'm good.
I don't know if that's there.
None of my folks need
You
to be.
don't get to see it.
None of my folks need to be restrained.
But
so
it's just a soft restraint system. It's what KCO's really pushing now. It's what the National Corrections are pushing now. You know, we have restraint chairs and stuff that people they're pull on and stuff instead of hurt themselves and stuff sometimes. But this saves money and you know, cuts down on liability. So that's why we're adding it to our repertoire. So gonna look over that stuff and all that, and we'll go from there. If you have any questions, let me know.
What is
It's a soft restraint system to where instead of having a chair that you actually have hand restraints, leg restraints, and everything, it's meant to lay somebody flat, put a soft restraint system over the legs and arms to where they're, you know, they're not moving around, they're not throwing fists, and you know, not biting and stuff like that. To where they say it's more humane where you have a soft restraint system where you're not having any kind of cuffs, any kind of leg shackles, and like that. And they say that it does better for positional asphyxiation and different things like that. So it's just a more soft restraint, something like they use at the hospital compared to something like they use at the jail. But it's new. It's a new thing, and I'm always I'm always worried about new stuff. So now that some of the jails have been using it for about a year and it's been successful, we're up for it. To where, if somebody was to get in this system and stuff, you don't really have to wrestle them, or you have this system you pull over and the Velcro straps and everything. It's a whole lot better for them. It's a whole less impact and everything else than actually having to pick up something physically, put them in a chair and use the leather straps and all that stuff to lock their wrists and arms in. Of course,
Have you already tried it? People...
We have instructors now, so we send people to instructor school already,
Okay.
and we bought the system, and we have not started training on it yet because they haven't put in the policy and procedure yet. So,
How many of these do you have?
how many do we have to have? We have 2 of them already.
2.
Yeah, but no cost to the county. It comes with a commissary because it's under safety and security. So, the system itself is about $2,000 a wrap, which is commensurate with a restraint chair. And these won't flip over while the person's in it. So with a restraint chair, you actually have to have a hook to the wall, make sure it don't flop over. This right here is stuff that actually protects their head and neck. And then we also have a system, it's just like a board, and it pops up, and you actually wheel the person around and stuff instead of having to pick them up. So it keeps them straight and everything else. So it looks pretty safe. Like I said, it's been used for about a year in most jails here in Kentucky and stuff, because a lot of people like to jump on the first new thing they see. But I like to sit there and wait until it's proven, But it could save, like I said, it could help with liability and everything. We don't have much liability. We don't have any issues with the restraint chair, but just in case,
It's 2 all you need.
What's that?
2. Is that all?
Oh yeah, I couldn't imagine us ever. It's very rare we had to use more than one chair ever,
Yeah.
But we still have the chairs just in case. But we still have these stuff. So, yes, 2 will be pretty sufficient. Like I said, that's why I don't want to do too much of stuff because we only have that'll be fine.
That's the obvious. Jenny seen this or you've seen it?
Yeah, it was put forward. I sent Jenny before we even purchased the equipment. I bought it just so we can use it for the training for the when the instructors went in. But it was seen a year ago.
Are you hearing anything about the new electronic gloves that they're talking about using?
That we're talking about using. So we've had them for 2 years.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the policy. Everything's that was approved a couple years ago. But we don't. Our shift leaders use them, but very rarely.
How do they work?
So they have a system where they have probes inside the ends of the fingers in the palm, and to turn it on, you take the thumb and you actually hold down a button for a certain amount of time, and it makes them live. To where instead of like a taser, which you would shoot at somebody, this you would just touch the back of an arm and it gives a small shock. It's a whole lot less jolt than the taser, and it's made to where it won't mess with a defibrillator, which the tasers aren't supposed to either, but you never know. But there's no projectiles, nothing. You just walk up and, the person being unruly and stuff, you just touch the back of the arm just like you would a hands-on restraint, and it gives a little jolt. That's it. So,
How often have you had to use the gloves? Is it very
very,
rare?
very rarely. A lot of times, so people thought whenever we got the tasers, that the tasers would be something we use a lot. So we opt to get the bright yellow ones so people can see it, and it deters more. When people know you have them, they don't mess around that much. So, my whole career, I've never tased anybody, I've never pepper sprayed anybody, never done any of that stuff. This new equipment, I'm just looking at it like, but it does work and it does help, and it's saved a lot of people, from having to get tased or pepper sprayed or stuff like that. So, but yeah, as long as everybody's following the right guidelines and everything and stuff, it works really well. So
this has to go through fiscal court, proving your, yeah. So.
we have to put that up for, as long as everybody reads it over and stuff and agrees with that stuff. It's pretty simple stuff. And if any of y'all want to come out of the training and stuff, we'll wrap you up. Or at least the instructor will.
Have they wrapped you up with it yet?
Is that all you got, Josh?
We don't have enough employees for that.
I'm afraid you wouldn't have right.
That's it, sir. Thank you.
That's all you got? We'll put that on the agenda. So the only 2 action items we're going to have for the agenda is the jail policy change and the credit clearinghouse to renew the contract. All right. Anybody else have anything? No, we will adjourn at 3:55.